You're freaking me out, man. Welcome to WatchMojo.com, and today we're counting down our picks for the top 10 paranoid movie characters.
Get off me! I know who you are! I know who you are!
For this list, we're choosing characters from specific films only, so no generic characters like Batman who appear in multiple flicks. We're also excluding characters like Sarah Connor, since she actually knew the future, which is what made her paranoid.
This whole place, everything you see is gone! You're the one living in a f***ing dream, Solomon!
Number 10. Russell Casse, Independence Day.
I told you I wouldn't let you down.
After surviving Vietnam and coping with the death of his wife, this kooky crop duster experienced yet another traumatic event: alien abduction. Or so he says.
Seems years back our boy here was kidnapped by aliens, did all kind of experiments on him and such. Tell him about it, Russ.
10 years before extraterrestrials invade the Earth, Russell Casse was already well acquainted with such beings, and these encounters prepared him for yet another fateful meeting.
You've got to stop them! I was kidnapped by space aliens 10 years ago! They did all kinds of experiments on me!
He may drink you under the table before a crop dusting session, but he'll also offer free education on unearthly beings. He's not crazy, he's Russell Casse, alcoholic and alien ambassador.
Hello, boys! I'm back!
Number 9. Charlie Frost, 2012.
This is Charlie Frost reporting live from Yellowstone National Park.
The world's gonna end, man. The Mayans, man. Based at Yellowstone National Park, Charlie Frost is both an experienced talk show host and a lunatic conspiracy theorist.
They're building spaceships, man.
Okay, maybe some of his points are legit, but just look at the man.
It's the apocalypse, end of days, the judgment day, the end of the world, my friend.
Charlie has that rare kind of cult leader charisma, and his knowledge on polar shifting must be respected.
The map section on the conspiracy shelf Dewey Decimal System.
His map of Tibetan arcs could save the day, but only if it's not drenched in coffee stains. Preach, Charlie, my man, preach. And please teach us how to survive a horrific apocalypse while you're at it.
Washington, D.C. will have its lights go out!
That guy's crazy, right, Daddy?
I don't think so.
Number 8. Harry Call, The Conversation.
Well, I'm getting fed up.
This Bay Area loner has few possessions, yet he sleeps behind a triple locked door. Why? Society, man.
Don't say that.
Like his paranoid character Edward Lyle from Enemy of the State, Gene Hackman plays Harry Call, a man who spies on residents of San Francisco for a living. But that doesn't mean he doesn't care about them.
He'd kill us if he got the chance.
Well, at least he does when murder enters the equation.
It's no ordinary conversation.
Sure, he wears a raincoat on the sunniest of days and takes little pleasure in anything besides the sweet sounds of jazz music. But there's something happening here, although what it is isn't exactly clear.
Some guy's following me. I don't know.
Harry Call doesn't need all your riffraff, so just back off.
Hello.
We know that you know, Mr. Call. For your own sake, don't get involved any further. We'll be listening to you.
Number 7. Marvin Boggs, Red.
Where are you trying to kill me?
While some movie characters are paranoid for the sake of being paranoid, others have legitimate reasons for building a bunker under a decoy home in the swamp.
He really was being given daily doses of LSD for 11 years.
Well, in that case, it looks great.
Meet Marvin Boggs, former CIA agent and unfortunate victim of an 11-year-old LSD experiment.
Do you know what's wrong with this country?
They're all trying to kill us?
Exactly.
After a retired agent named Frank Moses takes out a team of unwanted visitors, he reaches out to former pals, including the highly suspicious Marvin Boggs, who is already very well prepared for guests.
Why would I be trying to kill you? Because the last time we met, I tried to kill you.
That was a long time ago.
Some people hold on to things like that.
He's not your typical crazy-eyed conspiracy theorist, but he will, in fact, make you crazy through endless ranting and raving.
They pull her voice from the payphone, probably right now, install the recognition software and backtrace it to Singer, so then we show up, they bring out the satellite, and we're fried with Y-rays.
Number 6. Max Cohen, Pi.
It has to do with that number. There's an answer in that number.
There are some who run away from mathematics, and others who obsess, dream, and find meaning in numerical patterns.
This is insanity, Max.
Or maybe it's genius.
Darren Aronofsky's mind trip of a film features Max Cohen as an unemployed New Yorker with no social skills whatsoever. If Will Hunting had game, then Max Cohen had the Fibonacci sequence.
Fibonacci is an Italian mathematician in the 13th century.
He's less interested in getting digits and more curious about 216 number sequences.
We're searching for a pattern in the Torah.
What kind of pattern?
We're not sure. All we know is it's 216 digits long.
While Max Cohen may freak you out with nervous laughter and insane theories, all he really needs is some time alone to reflect on life's mysteries. Just don't let him use a power drill. Number 5, Alvy Singer, Annie Hall.
Well, I'm sorry, I can't, I've got to see a picture exactly from the start to the finish, because I'm anal.
Woody Allen directed and starred in this romantic comedy about a neurotic New York City comedian more self-aware than most Brooklyn hipsters.
You know, maybe we should just call the police. Dial 911, it's the Lobster Squad.
In fact, Annie Hall opens with Alvy Singer speaking to the camera, thus producing the ultimate scene for future paranoid impressions.
The old lady at the end of the table is a classic Jew hater.
Alvy rambles on in the bedroom, he stresses himself out on the street, and even manages to let a Fellini conversation rattle him in line at the movie theater.
What do you do when you get stuck on a movie line with a guy like this behind you?
Wait a minute, why can't I
Just
give my
maddening.
opinion? This is a free country?
No wonder Annie Hall fled to LA. Alvy is, very, particular about his passions in life. Was that a good impression?
You're like New York Jewish left-wing liberal intellectual, Central Park West, Brandeis University with the socialist summer camps, and the father with the Ben Shahn drawings, right?
Number 4, Walter Paul Sparrow, the number 23.
Number 23, novel of obsession by Topsy Kretz.
Does this fellow look cool and collected? If you thought Alvy Singer was hard to handle, then check out Walter Paul Sparrow and his obsession with the number 23.
It wasn't an ending at all. After chapter 22, there was nothing but the question.
After reading a book on the 23 Enigma, Walt finds similarities between himself and the protagonist, Detective Fingerling, who just so happens to also be a man on the brink of madness. As you might expect, Walter soon finds numerical connections on the daily, and his obsession grows to, let's say, uncomfortable levels.
You wrote the book, Walter.
This is clearly one disturbed dude who dreamed of unlocking another man's dark, dark secrets.
You need to leave before...
Before what?
Number 3, Jerry Fletcher, Conspiracy Theory.
This is our 3rd issue this year. Conspiracy theory. I give you conspiracy theory.
He's a prophet and a pusher, half truth, half fiction, a walking contradiction.
I will see you tomorrow.
You want to bet?
Just being paranoid.
I'm only paranoid because they want me dead.
Just like Travis Bickle, Jerry Fletcher pays the bills by driving a taxi, but his real passion is conspiracies.
Can you prove any of this?
No, absolutely not. A good conspiracy is an unprovable one.
In fact, he sends off his own newsletter with saucy topics.
This is my newsletter. I think it's got him scared.
You know, like when Howard Hughes caused Vietnam by losing on a bet.
Hey, Flip, did I ever tell you that the whole Vietnam War was fought over a bet? And Howard Hughes lost to Aristotle Onassis?
Oh, and he likes to follow unsuspecting women. Despite his lunacy, Jerry does manage to get a few things right, and that's when his life becomes difficult.
Do you have a list?
Huh?
A subscribers list?
Oh, yes. Yeah, right over here.
Meaning, his mailing list turns into someone's hit list. Winning? Not quite. Paranoid? Definitely.
No, not especially, no.
Number 2, John Nash, A Beautiful Mind.
John has schizophrenia. People with this disorder are often paranoid.
Based on the experiences of a real-life mathematical genius, this Ron Howard film detailed the mental deterioration of someone destined to change the world.
Appears I have no choice.
As a scholar under pressure to present new theories, John Nash begins to hallucinate, and not because of good LSD, but rather because of his paranoid schizophrenia.
New Freedom communicates to its agents through codes embedded in newspapers and magazines, and that's where you come in.
While A Beautiful Mind presented a drastic altering of Nash's actual life events, the character's descent into madness was still difficult to watch, especially when Ed Harris shows up as his fictional supervisor.
So what am I now, a spy?
Before we unveil our top pick, here are a few honorable mentions.
There is a time and a place for accusing a man of being paranoid, and this is not
one of them! Help!
Will you be so cocky when I slay you in front of the whole world, you Yankee motherfucker?
My brother killed my sister when she was 17.
Yeah, he doesn't seem to be doing much. Still working his nowhere handy-breaking tire job. Drops a few caps of death cut with meth during the day.
Number 1, Howard Hughes, the aviator.
Excuse me?
This man's insatiable desire for perfection and undeniably strange personality made him an American icon of industry.
I don't know if you remember me. My name's Howard Hughes.
It also made him a suitable partner for Hollywood starlets.
Will you marry me?
You're too crazy for me.
Unfortunately for all parties involved, Howard Hughes' paranoia and fear of germs led to a reclusive life in his own version of the Neverland Ranch.
Show me all the blueprints.
The lack of treatment for his obsessive-compulsive behavior produced memorable Hollywood moments. However, Martin Scorsese's portrait of paranoia also raised awareness for mental health. Way of the future, way of the future, way of the future.
Way of the future. The way of the future.
Do you agree with our list?
Quite a lot.
Who is your favorite paranoid character in film?
Maybe they were here specifically to plant drugs in the house, setting us up, then phoning in a tip later. It could be in the phone, it could be in the wall outlets.
For more mind-blowing top 10s published every day, be sure to subscribe to WatchMojo.com.
Told you something bad was gonna happen. Keep your dress on.